Alright, so what's going on, YouTube? Um, Thank you for coming to my page. Thank you for coming to this video. This was actually supposed to be week number 10 of my Built by the Week series of, the workouts and things that I've been doing. I've been trying to enhance my content as I go. And in the process of trying to do better, I ended up losing my content for week 10. I recorded everything. I even took my mic to the gym with me to make sure I'm recording better and getting audio, all the things, trying to just really enhance the video, right? And I lost it. Simple mistake that I think most people have made. I thought when I was editing the video that I was editing from the actual external hard drive, and I was actually editing from the memory card itself. Like, my videos were pulled from there. And then when I went to go, clean my SD drive, I accidentally deleted from the actual memory card itself. So I ended up losing the video. I won't have a week 10 reel or showcase this week because I really dropped the ball on this one and lost my video. So yeah, even though I don't have a week 10 workout video, I do have some content that I did capture that of course I will highlight here. But I will say, week 10, which was last week, I would say my motivation just hasn't been there. Or honestly, my motivation hasn't been there. My confidence hasn't been there at all, because I feel like my body just isn't where I want it to be just yet. And to some people, they'll see it and say, no, you're doing good, you look great. But to me, for me, I don't see it. And if I don't see it, then it's not there. Even when I'm not motivated, I still have to show up for myself. And it's not easy. I will say, for me to get my motivation back, is that I have to remind myself of the end goal. What's most important. It's okay, we're doing all this because we want to achieve a certain goal. So once I start thinking about that, and I start almost daydreaming about what the goal is and how I'm going to achieve it and what it's going to feel like once I get there, and that's when I start to feel okay, we can do this. I feel the momentum. I feel good about it. Being in the gym, the gym is my happy place, but at the same time, I'm only human, and you tend to look at other people, or you tend to just think about this person is jacked, or this person has the muscles I would like to have, and I'm not there. And so it kind of demotivates you a little bit. But at the same time, it shouldn't, right? Because you shouldn't care what anyone else is doing in the gym. You shouldn't care how anybody else looks like. The only thing you should worry about is how you look and how you feel. And I, fell into that trap this past week of looking at others and looking at Instagram and social media and thinking to myself I'm not there yet. And I shouldn't do that. No one should do that, because, social media is a curated idea of someone's life, or what they want you to see. So it doesn't necessarily mean that that's who they are or how they live or anything like that. So I guess when I add that to I'm at week 10 and my body is not where I want it to be, then looking at other people and stuff and their progress, it's okay, what am I not doing? What I gotta do to get there? When it comes to my confidence, is that I had to stop caring. I had to stop worrying and thinking that, this has to be perfect, or I need to be at this level by this time, and take all the arbitrary timelines off my plate, off my mental, and just be consistent and keep showing up. Because I feel like if I tie it to an idea of what I want to look like or where I want to be by a certain time frame, and if I don't make it, then I lose all the fun in the process, all the fun and the progress I've made already. I shouldn't, or none of us should, I'll say that, be so worried or stressed that we You know, we think about like, hey, we got to hit this marker, we got to get to this level by this date. And like once you pull all that stuff back and like really just set realistic goals, but also champion and cheer yourself on for every step that you make and every accomplishment you achieve, right? So like I'm at week 10. Most people give up like earlier on. I'm at week 10. I'm still pushing myself. Even if I'm not motivated or if I lose a little bit of my confidence for a second, I am pushing myself to stay consistent. So consistency is better than perfection. I don't need to be perfect. I just have to show up for myself. And that's what I'm learning. That's what I learned last week at least, is that I gotta show up for myself, staying consistent, staying true to my routine, my diet, all those different things, my habits, and continue to like learn more about myself, right? So like self-discovery. That's kind of what week 10 has really been, as well, like reevaluating and just figuring out how to get back into the swing of things, how to pull myself out of this phase where I'm not motivated, how to pull myself out when I don't feel confident. And then for like week 10, you know, again, I'm learning how to pull myself out of those areas or those phases where I don't feel motivated, where I don't feel confident. You know, I am learning that I have to enjoy the process. I have to enjoy where I'm at. And I can't run a race that wasn't meant for me to run. I can't run someone else's race that is already like 50 miles ahead of me. All I can do is worry about me. And that's what I'm gonna continue to do, because that's all I can do. So yeah, week 10, no videos. So unfortunately you won't get to see them or see me working out. But I will say that I am building more confidence with taking my mic to the gym. So I plan on showing more videos with me talking while at the gym. I did that for the last 2 to 3 days. And I'll say it's been quite interesting. It's been very interesting. Drop my mic. It's been very interesting. I actually kind of like it because it kind of forces me to just be me. And at the end of the day, I got tongue tied there. At the end of the day, all you can be is yourself. And I like who I am. So keep on the watch for week 11. That video will be up. You will see it. And again, I appreciate all the support, likes, follows, all the things, because it's very helpful. Again, I do this because I want to, and I want to prove it to myself. I'm still working towards my goal of getting on that stage and accomplishing a dream of mine, which I know I'm going to do. But until then, thank you for checking out my video. Make sure you subscribe, and I will talk to you all come week 11. All right, peace.